I did an interview with two radio veterans by the name of Paul Kelly and Rich Sisto. They have a podcast that they do called AIRCHECK. They interview people in the radio fraternity, people who have been in radio for a long time, who have had some level of success in radio. And they reached out to me and wanted to do an interview about my radio career. The reason why I wanted to mention this is because I've been lucky enough, and I'm honored when people ask to interview me, and I've done a bunch of them. But the one that was really incredible, made this really interesting and incredible when I listened to some of it back, was how much work these guys put into making this thing sound great. And what I mean by that is that, most podcasts, mine included, is content. It's just a conversation. Well, these guys went and sourced from wherever, because I didn't give them anything. I just didn't have time to find it. But they went on, I guess there's, anything you can find online if you look hard enough, but they found old radio tapes of mine, some going back to like the mid 80s. And when I would talk about a certain story or artist that they throw at me, they sourced the interview from that time. Like, I was telling a story to them about when Eric Carr used to come to my radio show back in the 80s and what a good time we had. And they cut to me, they found the tape of me talking to Eric in like 87 and cut it into the podcast. It's really very cool what they did. They did a wonderful job. And, they talked about my 25th anniversary radio, and they sourced the video that played that night at the party and put the audio in it. So it's really like a whole nother level of production, which makes sense given these guys are from radio, work in production and work in various formats, that they would take such care to making the thing sound like that. It was really very, very cool. So big shout out to those guys, Paul Kelly, Rich Sisto. Check out that podcast called AIRCHECK. If you follow me on social media, I shared the link. But I guess if you just search in Apple Podcasts or wherever, AIRCHECK, which is the name of the podcast, you'll find it.